When you're talking with Mickey in 2019, do you know that something's happening soon in 2020 or 2021? Do you know it's only a matter of time before something hits us like COVID-19 because of all the history that you know? Or where are you feeling? And when it all starts to play out and you're watching it happen in 20 and 21, what are you thinking? Are you thinking, okay, this happened slightly different than I thought it would. The people are reacting differently than I thought it would. What was it like for you to watch it play out like in slow motion?
I did not ever believe that the cover up and corruption, the pure evil, would go to the fact that you would murder, premeditated murder. And now we know the counts from Ed Dowd and others, 500,000 Americans. I got 2 million. I don't even know how many. I can't imagine that it would have played out, that instead of using the treatments that we had then and there, you would play that scene on the entire population, not just gay men. We knew the history of Tony Fauci. If you saw any of the ugliness of Tony Fauci, we knew it from ACT UP. We got the laws in ACT UP. No, it never occurred to me. We talked to him. I talked to him, like I said, a solid year. Our books were all written. The data was all there. When our first book was written, that was my legal defense. Every word of it was written as a declaration turned into an affidavit. The entire Ninth Circuit Court here in the U.S., the lawyers, the FBI, the DOJ had every piece of that data, those data, since May of 2014. And you know what they did? They didn't help everyone. They created the bioweapon of all time, COVID-19 vaccine. SARS-CoV-2, the virus, was created in 2005 and published. And the monkey virus, the SIV, XMRV, murine leukemia virus, and the SARS wasn't enough because it wouldn't infect people and it wouldn't kill people if their mucosal immunity was straight. So I never believed they would create a bioweapon and inject the deadliest spike protein of all time when every bit of our work for 40 years said you don't need infectious virus to create disease. Since 1980, we knew the spike, the envelope, the surface unit alone of these viruses was the deadly component. So they cloned the deadly parts of the 1918 Spanish flu, the 1918 pandemic strain of influenza A. This was never about SARS-CoV-2, which had been injected in every polio vaccine since 2005 when it was published. Hear me. This was about, and this is John Cullen's work as he talked to me in September of 2021 on Jason Goodman's show, September 25th. John Cullen told us it was all about the influenza that was injected, just as Tony Fauci promised President Trump, or promised the American people on 60 Minutes the Sunday before the 2016 election. Promised, you'll see, it was always influenza. 4,000 deaths a week starting in January of 2020. It was, and all covered up. And now doctors actually believe the lie that we stopped influenza. Oh, we stopped the flu thanks to the masks. And we're going back there again if people don't understand this. So every word was true. How did I feel? Not for a second. And to this day, I struggle with it. I could not believe they would simply murder millions of innocent people, including my husband, and deny and perpetrate a lie when we have absolute proof, as we know from Ryan Cole, everybody's work, that it was the shot that caused the deaths we're seeing now, that Ed Dowd's reporting, that everybody's reporting. They murdered more millennials than the entire 10-year Vietnam War, 25 to 44. This is Ed Dowd's work in his book. So for me, it's still horrific, and it won't end until we, the people, stop it and make sure it never happens again. And that's not happening. So I don't have a great deal of faith. Our Congress still plays the China virus game. At what point our FDA still murders people every day? There is no approved drug. They're experimenting on you. The commercials are fraud. They're experimenting on you and they know it, and with everything. And this was on the high wire. And Del Bigtree, I just love Del Bigtree and Jeffrey Jackson reporting yesterday. Ozempic, all these commercials. So now you created this disease, this explosion of cancer, chronic inflammatory disease. COVID is not a disease, as David Martin said in the very beginning. It's a collection of inflammatory disease. And what we knew from my PhD thesis and beyond, November 14th, 1991, you do not inject anyone with an HIV infection. You just injected HIV, GP120, Borrelia. There's no such thing as chronic Lyme disease. That is and always was right in the G protein, purinergic modulator, the G protein, ivermectin, right in the middle of GP120. And they covered it up. They changed the name. They changed the language in the data. The literature, the clinical literature, is criminal fraud, not the basic.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.